Good evening, everyone. Now, Aditi Rao Hydari has played by her own rules in Bollywood. She has made a mark in the glamorous world of the Hindi film industry, one film at a time, without any godfather to boot. She is a classically trained Bharatanatyam dancer, but has never done what is known in Bollywood parlance as an item number. Be the sweet girl next door in Delhi 6, or the fiery wife who's not willing to compromise at any stage in Ye Sali Zindagi. Aditi seems to slip into every role with characteristic ease. She not only brings more to the roles she essays on screen, but her fashion sense is impeccable, to say the least. A regular showstopper at fashion weeks, one of the best dressed celebrities at red carpet events, and also a star who can carry off casual chic with elan. Aditi Rao Hydari has done it in her own way, in her inimitable style. But did she try to fit in? Or was she clear right from the beginning that she is going to do things her own way in the Hindi film industry? Let's find out. But before that, please take a look at the AV.
में कैसी सीधी साधी लगती है, बोलती कि वो तो कुछ नहीं समझती, अंदर से कितनी तेज है, कभी अजीब सी कभी हसीन लगती, कभी किसी किताब का हसीन लगती, फिलॉसफी का क्रेज है.
Aditi, may I please invite you on stage, please?
I'm really happy to be here today, and Aditi has killed it for me. She just said nobody finds actors. I feel like when an actor walks into a room, everybody has like a judgment list ready. So I've already sort of...
In fact, my first question to you was going to be, how are you so normal? Because, you're a Bollywood actor. You're a Bollywood star, but you've come across as somebody who's very grounded. In fact, I want to also ask you, is that a stereotype as well? Is that, a way people judge you as well? Is that also a judgment?
I think I'm normal because if I weren't, my mother and grandmother would put me across their knee and spank me hard. Also because I've had, I think, I've grown up in a very different world where from the time that I was 5, I started going to dance class. I was a big drama queen. I was always the center of attention of dance class and school. But somehow or the other, I was also very easily teasable. And I think that always kept me in my place constantly.
But did you always have the comebacks in place?
Never. Which is why I love people like Aditi. She is so quick-witted. Like when people tease me, I sort of think, okay, now I have to say something sharp back at them, but I'm constantly thinking and I'm waiting. About 2 hours later, it dawns on me, shit, this is what I should have said. Why the hell can't I think of this on time? But that mean streak, I need to cultivate that a little, and I need that more and more as I sort of become more and more a part of this very crazy industry. But I don't know, it's like I think I would put the normalcy down to how I was brought up. But at the same time, I have the streak of a drama queen. I don't have a halo around my head. I am quite particular about how I do things. But yeah, I would never be nasty to anybody. And yes, those are complete stereotypes. I think a lot of people of my generation today who are working in the movie industry are fun. They are normal. They don't have horns on their head. They don't ask for bundi laddus made with ghee, with pista in it in the middle of a Rajasthan desert, and refuse to walk out of their vanity van if they don't get it. So all this doesn't happen nowadays.
They're just stories.
Urban legends, which even we've heard. But I'm like, really, if you have the time to do stuff like that, you don't, because we work really, really hard. It doesn't look like it. And apart from working hard, you're constantly on display. How much ever I'd love to scream from the rooftops and say, I am not objectified, no, I will not allow anybody to say anything about me, I can do whatever I want, and yes, I do. But at some level, yes, you are there, you are on sort of, you're a performer, and a performer is somebody who is watched, who is admired for various
Constantly
things.
under scrutiny.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, taking off from what you said, it's a crazy industry and, you've had to navigate this space. When it comes to an actor, the actor's image becomes, one of the most important things because, she's scrutinized, she's up there, she's, always out on red carpets, she's doing these, various events. You have to always sort of look your best, isn't it? You have to look at your Sunday best, always. I mean, how do you negotiate that space? Do you sort of, is there a strategy to that?
I think everyone loves to look their Sunday best all the time. I think so, right? I mean, everybody likes to look lovely or likes to be admired or likes to be complimented. And I don't know, like I think when I first came to Bombay and I started working in the movies, I actually didn't know that there were rules, there were images that people wrote about you on various blogs and they were constantly scrutinizing. And I used to do pretty much what I wanted. And then, like, I've been at it for 5 years now. So at the beginning, I didn't know. I didn't have the setup. I didn't have people to help me. I would sometimes go running, looking for stuff. Oh, I have an event today. Now what do I do? And there was a period in the middle where I actually felt burdened by it. And I was like, what is this all about? Like, whatever I do, somebody's going to say, say anything about it. Or they're going to praise me to sort of high heaven and bloat my head.
And you can't wear the same, dress that another actress
has
been spotted in.
But there's a way to get around that, because the thing is that actually there's so much more to you than just looking good or dressing well or people saying good things about you. See, people are going to talk. Whatever it is, people are going to say something. Whether you look good, whether you look bad, whether you're brilliant at what you do, whether you're talented, whether you're not, people are going to talk, whatever it is. And I think that one has to just do one's thing, be happy doing it, and just, I don't know, just live and be. Because if you get burdened by all this, I don't think you can function, because your brain is constantly on, oh, if I don't get that outfit today or if I don't get that role today, then I'm done for and I'll never be able to do anything else again. But it's not about that. It's about actually enjoying what is there right now in front of you and making that your own and actually just having fun with it. And that's when I think you look comfortable, that's when you are comfortable, and that's when you can actually have an interaction with somebody. Because I find so many actors or so many people who are sort of celebrities or God, whatever you'd like to call them, they are so closed off. There's this wall in front of them. They're always protecting themselves. They don't let anybody enter. They don't interact with anybody on a sort of real level. But I think that wall really must go. I mean, you need to protect yourself a bit because you are really open and very vulnerable at most times. But I think you just need to live and be and allow that interaction with people. And I think that's what also keeps you grounded and keeps you connected with the world. Yeah.
Then, in that sense, do you have some friends? Do you have some close people in your life?
Oh my God,
who sort
yes.
of tell you things for what they are?
Oh my God, I have the worst friends, please let me tell you. So, when Murder 3 was releasing, my Mamu was in town. He had come to Bombay. And my family is not a big Hindi movie watching family. So my Mamu was in town and I had to arm twist him and say, listen, my movie is releasing today, first day, first show, come on, let's go. Then I called my friends. These are close friends, friends I've known for since I was quite little. You know what their reaction was? No way, we're not coming to watch Murder 3. I was like, excuse me.
Evil.
Yeah. I was like, listen, I'm in that film, do you mind? I don't care whether you like it, don't like it. I know you're going to anyway sort of kill me, but just come, just be there.
Where was the, we don't want to go for this coming from? Was this a snob value? Or was this, we don't watch Bollywood movies? Where was this coming from?
I think it's a combination. I'm surrounded by people who don't know the names of most actors. When I tell them that, I'm very excitedly, I'm doing this film called Wazir. It's got Mr. Bachchan and Farhan Akhtar. Okay, everybody knows them. But half of them will be like, what? Where? Oh, damn good. Okay, good. And I'm like, listen, hello, it's a really big thing for me. I got this on my own without any help. But no, they don't get it. Because they don't watch those films. I don't think they get what the big deal is, and I'm surrounded by people like that. So actually they pretty much I don't need to be earthed by anybody. I'm very earthed. I actually value all these people who say great things about me, and I say, thank you. Please, I need you all. So...
that also brings me to the question, you straddle two different worlds quite literally. One hand, very normal, down-to-earth friends, surrounded by, people who have a lot of goodwill for you. Then on the other hand, when you choose your roles, because you are in that professional space, there is stereotyping there also. You know, when
Oh
you
my God, yeah.
debuted with, you know, in a Delhi 6,
Yeah.
in Bollywood,
Yeah.
not of course
Yeah.
in your southern movies,
Yeah.
but, you know, when you did that, then, you know, you went on to do a Ye Sali Zindagi,
Yeah.
in which, you know, you played this fiery wife. And then you surprised everyone by doing a rom-com, like
Yeah.
London, Paris, New York.
Yeah.
And then you go on to do a Murder 3. But the deal is that, you know, have you ever, when filmmakers come to you with a film, have you ever felt that, you know, you're getting trapped in a particular stereotype? And if so, how did you know, try and break that? Any preposterous sort of, you know, comments that they made which said that, आप तो ऐसा ही कर सकती हैं, you know, हम ऐसा नहीं सोच सकते.
Well, the most, I love to dance. I love to dance. Like I could dance like now. I'm not going to do it, but I could.
And you're a great singer too.
That also I'm not going to do. I'm basically a performing monkey. And actually, I would love to do a dance song. I'm not going to call it an item number because for me that distinction is very clear. This is a dance song done by a dancer, and this is an item number done by some misogynistic people who call that girl an item, and I just totally can't take that. Anyway, so but most, like at least like 2 years ago, people would say, "Nee, iska Aditi ka chehra bahut masoom hai." Means what? I wanted to like shove my fist in their face. It really used to irritate me. And I've never been able to understand that. Like, you know, very often what happens is, in the movie world, and I'm sure everybody here, whoever watches movies, I don't know how many of you do, but I'm sure everybody who watches movies has this thing that this one is like this one is like this, and I guess it's natural. But I always believe that, you know, you are born with a certain kind of face, maybe a body, whatever you work at it, etc., etc., etc. But there is so much more to people. And I feel that in the Indian movie industry, though we have made great progress and we are doing some amazing work, but I still feel that somewhere when it comes to girls, you are immediately put into one little box. And if you try and get out of that box, you're done for. Like when I was joining a talent agency, they actually sat me down. Okay, and I'll tell you what they said. They said, you know, Aditi, there's a lot of, like, people say really good things about you, everybody says there's a lot of potential there, but we have a bit of a problem because, you know, everybody says she's a good actor, she looks good, she can sing and she can dance, and she's fit. And then they rattled off some more, according to me, they were great things. And then they said, so we're not sure where to place you. And I just looked at them and I was like, whoa, that's a problem? And I just couldn't understand
the fact that you can't put me within any brackets should be, you know, acting.
And I thought that they just rattled off some really nice things, and I was like, yeah, this is going well. And it wasn't. It was like, now we don't know what to do with you. So I was like, oh shit. And I went home and I wept. I was like, okay, so it's a really big problem that I do all these things. So now I have to actually hide some of these things and say, okay, I can only do this. And then 3 days later, I was like, no, go to hell. I will do what I will do, and I will be who I am. And the people who really want to work with me will work with me, and they will call me for those very reasons. So, and I think in the West, it is like that. You're celebrated for who you are. And I think for me, it's really important to be celebrated for who I am, celebrated whatever, or to be who I am and to be unique, because in I think any industry, whether it's the entertainment business or the world of dancers or singers or anybody, I think it's so easy to become a prototype and to become part of a herd and to try and fit in. But I think to be happy with who you are and to maybe use anything that is unique about you as a strength. Sorry, I need some water. Sorry, and I coughed into that mic. I think that's when people, like I said again, that's when people really see who you are. I mean, see you for what you are and love you for what you are. And since the entertainment business and being an actor is about mass love and mass appreciation, it's not about you and me doing an interview together and then you saying, oh, what a nice girl Aditi is. It's about everybody saying, oh, we love this girl. So I believe that you can only do that by being yourself, by being confident, and that by being unique and not trying to fit into what people have to say. And that is an issue in the Indian movie industry. They do try and put you into a box, but I'm highly claustrophobic, so I'm like, no, I won't, and I try and like get whatever I can out of it. Again, I don't always have the power to choose, though, because it is very important to have people who back you in the entertainment business. And when you don't have that, it's hard. Every day is a struggle, and every step is an uphill step. But I think it's possible. And I always tell like people, every time people say, you know, what would you say to a newcomer? And I would say this to a girl, like, you have the choice to say yes or no to whatever it is that you do, and you can do it. And it's fine. You may not get that role today, but you'll get it another day. But at least you'll sleep well at night, and at least you'll be happy with yourself, and you'll be credible, and you'll do it with dignity. And I think you'll just sort of, I don't know, be happier.
No, but you know, when you say this, there are a lot of others in the industry who might be, you know, using various ways to sort of make it to the top. But in that kind of a scenario, is it easy to, you know, keep such a, you know, straight head on your shoulders? I mean, you know, how do you sort of, you know, put your foot down and say, no, this is the way I'm going to do it? Does it require a lot of resilience from within?
You know, there's no judgment. I don't judge anybody who wants to do whatever it is their way. Because everybody has a story, everybody has a reason for why they do a particular thing or whatever. But for me, I know what I can do and what I can't do, and I go about it that way. It's as simple as that.
All right. You know, I've been following you on Instagram for a very long time. I've seen, you know, your various posts. Over a period of time, you know, when we see you're impeccably turned out, you know, when it comes to any sort of, say, event.
Am I supposed to be happy about this? Because that would it mean that I'm not such a great actor.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think, you know, you're doing a very good job, which is what I want to ask you. That, you know, somewhere where you want to appear glamorous, you want to sort of fit into the stereotype of the Hindi film actress. At the same time, you want to, you know, sort of maintain your own style quotient. There will be days when you'll have bad hair days, right? You will have that zit which pops out, or you don't. I mean, you know, it's normal, right? So what do you do when, you know, such things happen?
You put your hair up, like high up on your head, and you wash your face and you go out. That's what you do. You don't try and hide it. But I think now, I don't know how it was earlier, but today an actor does, I don't know, an actor is like a 10-armed person, because there are so many things that actors do. We don't just come to set and act. Yeah, you are judged for what you wear, you're judged for some event that you did, some dance that you did, something that you sat like this and spoke to people about, everything. So, again, I wear what I want to wear. Yes, sometimes I go wrong, sometimes I get it right. It doesn't matter. Because like I said, people will talk. When they need to talk, they'll talk. When they need to say good things about you, they'll say good things about you. And honestly, there are better things to worry about. I am primarily an actor, and my job is to act. So one day, if I don't dress well, it's not the end of the world, really, because haul me up if I didn't do my job on camera well. Then say what you want to say. But yeah, one day I didn't dress well, big deal, it's okay. I mean, I don't lose any sweat over it, or like lose any sleep over it, sorry.
Just to, you know, lastly, actually, there are two things which I want to ask you. As far as, you know, fashion's concerned, you're a big fan of vintage fashion. Anything vintage in fashion, I think.
I feel I should have been born like about 100 years ago. That would have done me some good, for sure.
Also, the fact that, you know, you're a classically trained Bharatanatyam dancer, how do these two things sort of, you know, affect your aesthetic sensibilities, in the sense that, you know, how does it influence? Being a dancer, does anything sort of, you know, come with that?
I think this question, I wish my mother and my teacher were here to answer this question, because I grew up in a house that was all about craft and classical dance and classical music and handloom and various things like that. And then I go to Bombay and I wear various diaphanous clothes and all kinds of sometimes strange things. So my mother picks up the phone and sometimes asks me, what were you wearing? But I don't know. I do like to believe that today I am at a place where I've realized that it's me and I have to be happy with what I'm wearing. I don't have to listen to anybody. Some days, yeah, I don't have the time, but it's me. It's not about making your stylist happy, not about making the 100 people who are going to be there at that event happy. It's me, and I have to be happy with it. So I think today I do choose stuff that I like. But, you know, again, again, it's a thing of boxes. You know, people have this thing that, oh, she likes fashion, or she likes to dress up, or she looks good, so she's not interested in her acting. Or the other way, somebody who is very interested in their acting, they can't dress up, or they can't whatever. I don't believe that these two need to be separated like that. I think that you can be very serious about your work, and you can have you can have a lot of fun playing dress up. I mean, which girl doesn't like to play dress up? And this is now my job. I really love it. It's so much fun. And the time that I have to shut up and come in front of the camera and do my job, I do it. I love that too. And it's fun to be able to do both. So yes, it does make a difference. My dance has affected me. Where I've been brought up has affected me. But at the same time, I love to wear my diaphanous clothes. I love to wear my sparkling whatever gowns. And yes, my grandmother does look at them disapprovingly sometimes. But it's okay. I don't know. As long as I had fun wearing it, I do it. It's really as simple as that.
Okay, speaking of fun, final question. How do you do the perfect pout?
Whoa, I'm a pout queen. and I have to tell you, on Twitter, every time I pout, there are very sort of superior people who write back to me and say, you have more brains than that. And I'm like, hello, why can't I have fun? Why can't I pout? Why can't I make stupid faces? Why can't I jump and twirl? And why can't I be an intelligent girl? They are not mutually exclusive. I mean, really. So, yeah, how do I do the perfect pout? I was born with Donald Duck lips. I can't help it.
But can you show me? I'd like to. I want to learn actually, because I just don't know.
You make a kissy face like this. No, fail. I have trained.
Terrible idea.
So Rajkumar Rao and I, we were doing an ad together. We spent 6 days in Budapest. Every day I gave him a lesson for 5 minutes. Now he has got it finally.
So practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
Whether it's, you know, a film role or it's a pout. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well.
Thank you so much, Aditi Rao Hydari. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
I think we leave the pout to the perfectionist. We dare not attempt that. Well, thank you so much, Aditi. Thank you. I would request the India Today. Aditi, I would just request you. We have a small token of appreciation for you. I request the India Today Group CEO, Mr. Ashish Bakkar, to kindly come and give away a small gift from us. Enjoy. Thank you so much, Aditi. Thanks.